Hey guys, what's up? I actually was pretty bored and I wanted to do a video, so I figured why not? I'm just going to do the video randomly. I picked out some sequels to movies. Maybe some of them are talked about too much, some aren't talked about enough. I don't know. I just felt that there's a lot more I didn't talk about that I have, but I just grabbed some random ones, really, and I'd like to talk about the sequels. First, this is Phantasm 2. Phantasm's a classic series. I just don't think the sequel gets enough appreciation because I think it's better than the first one, and I think it deserves an American DVD release, which it does not have. It follows a story. It continues the story pretty well. It's a lot of fun. It's a lot more fun, a lot more action. Just takes the story of the first one, and basically it's almost like a remake, but just more elaborate, and they're on the road. It's a lot funner. I'm going to skip talking about this sequel because I've talked about it way too much. But here's another sequel that's a lot of fun. This is Creepshow 2. Creepshow 1's a classic. You can't top Creepshow 1 because the acting in it, the actors in it, Ted Danson, Leslie Nielsen, Paul Holbrook, just Adrienne Barbeau, just tons of great actors, tons of great stories. Every story in Creepshow 1's great. But in Creepshow 2 is pretty fun too. I mean, the wraparound story is great, and 2 of the 3 stories are really entertaining. The Raft is excellent. It's just a really fun movie, and it's worthy of the first movie. I would recommend checking out Creepshow 2. I just thought I'd do some sequels out here. Another one, it's a slight downgrade from Demons 1, but Demons 2, still directed by Lamberto Bava, is almost like the same movie, but instead it is in an apartment complex. It even stars some of the same actors. It stars one of the punks, and it has Bobby Rhodes in it. They both died in the first one, but they play different people. But yeah, this one is just about as fun as the first one, not as good, but still worth a look. This next one here is Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2. I am probably one of the only people that thinks that Prom Night 1 was completely and utterly overrated. I found myself bored. I found myself lack of anything that makes a slasher movie really fun to me. And I thought the sequel was a lot of fun. It was like a Nightmare on Elm Street cross with Carrie. I enjoyed myself. Had Michael Ironside in it. It was a fun piece of an 80s movie. I liked it. I enjoyed it a lot. And I think it's better than the first one. Not a better film, but just more entertaining. Well, better movie. It's a better movie, not a better film. Way better movie. I can't even call Prom Night 1 a film, so I don't know what I'm talking about. But I enjoyed it. Here's another one. This is the original is Class of 1984, which is really fun. It's by Mark Lester. It's a rape revenge type deal. It's a really great movie. I love it. But this one is the Class of 1999. It's a more science fiction. The teachers are robots. I grew up on this movie. You got Patrick Kilpatrick, John P. Ryan, and Pam Grier as robot-killing teachers. But not to mention, you also have Malcolm McDowell and Stacy Keach, and the kid with the fat face from Near Dark. It's a classic. It has a lot of fun. Robot teachers killing kids, killing gangs, in a world gone shit. It's fun. Not as good as the original. The original's really good, but that one's a lot of fun. And this next one, alright, people love CHUG 1. Alright, okay, this cover is false advertising, but come on, man. CHUD 2, Bud the CHUD, it is crap. It knows it's crap. It should be a kid's movie. It should be rated PG-13. It's not. I don't know why, but if it was, it would have been way more successful. It is absolutely hilarious. I love it to death. Yum yum, eat 'em up. I did a review on this one. Check out CHUD 2 if you like campy stuff, like along the lines of the Willies and stuff like that. It's a lot of fun. It's not like, don't expect CHUD 1 at all. It's not that kind of campy. Expect a really corny zombie movie, and you'll be satisfied. I enjoyed CHUD 2. Here's another one. Critters 1. I love Critters 1. Critters 2 is a lot of fun, almost as good as the first one. Look at those baby critters. Aren't they cute? They're so cute. But this one's great because the critters get in a giant ball in this one. This is amazing. And they run over some people, and the Easter egg scene hunt, it's just great. Critters 2 is probably just as good as the first one. A little less, but... And it has boobs. And it's PG-13, so... this one, they got shit on because you can't top the original. The original's one of my all-time favorite movies ever made. And the second one came out, and people were like, whoa, that was just like a shitty version of the first one. It's like, well, isn't that better than just a piece of shit? I don't know, James Karen and Tom Matthews make a return as basically the same characters, but different names. Kind of play, it's weird. But this one's a lot of fun. It's by the director of Eyes of a Stranger and Shockwaves, Ken something. But this movie is not as good as the first one at all, but it's still worth the funness, and I would recommend it. I enjoyed it a lot as a kid. I used to watch this one just as much as the first one, really, as a kid. But if you guys are going to get this DVD, don't bother, because the DVD of it by Warner Brothers butchered the soundtrack. They took the soundtrack completely out, and they added this new crappy synthesizer bullshit soundtrack that some asshole made in like a Casio keyboard or something. I don't know, but as you can tell in here, somebody went and took and digitally remastered the disc with correct picture and correct soundtrack. And I have the real edition in here, but I also have that edition, and if I choose to watch the movie, I always watch the one with the original soundtrack, because the original soundtrack is a lot of fun. But still, it's a great movie. Get the VHS or something, or I don't know. And then this next one is such a guilty pleasure for me. I've always loved Fright Night 2 more than 1. I'll give you 2 reasons. John Grise and Brian Thompson. John Grise plays a werewolf in this, Louis the Werewolf. He's hilarious. And Fright Night 1 doesn't have a werewolf. And also, Brian Thompson, he's Shao Kahn. He's also in Terminator. He's also in Cobra. Is it Cobra? I don't remember with Stallone, but he plays a big bodybuilding like bug-eating guy. It's a lot of fun in this one. This one's really campy and fun. 2 main actors return. Fright Night 2 is just really great piece of 80s music, and it's great music. The soundtrack, Come to Me, Bennett. It's just, I love this one to death. The next one, I actually like it better than 1, but that's not hard to do considering the first Ghoulies is awful. This is Ghoulies 2. This is the Pioneer. This is the Arsonist release. This is one of the first DVDs I bought, believe it or not. That's just like ridiculous. It's like, yeah, dude, got Ghoulies 2 today. It's like, what the fuck is that? That's a DVD? Who put that on DVD? Back in the day, it was just weird to see stuff like that on DVD. But I always loved this one. They had the best cover art. It was always rented out at the video store. Like they lost the copy, but kept the case there, so it really drove me nuts. I also have this one. Ghoulies 1 and 2 together. But I must say that I really, really love Ghoulies 2. It's a lot funner than the first one. It has Dog Ghoulie in it. It was not in any of the other ones. And they go in a circus and they run amok. It's a really good kids horror movie. And I grew up on it. Those are just some sequels that I always enjoyed a lot that sometimes they get talked about too much. Of course, there's sequels like Evil Dead 2 and Reanimator 2, and what's my favorite sequel is probably Hellraiser 2. Just tons of sequels like that, Dawn of the Dead. But I decided to talk about some of the other sequels that you don't hear too much about. I just figured, why the hell not? I'm bored. There's a video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.